Hello everyone. Welcome to State Services series with Dr. Vivek Rana. I hope all of you are preparing well for your PCS exam and utilizing your time effectively. In today's lecture, we will compare the mains stage of IAS exam and PCS exam. A lot of you are preparing for both these exams simultaneously. So there should be some clear-cut strategy that what topics you can prepare at this time so that you could balance your preparation between PCS and IAS. So I have just jotted down the marking scheme and all the papers which are there in the both exams. This is the follow-up lecture to IAS prelims and PCS prelims comparison. So I will be discussing the main topics which are similar and what are some additional topics which you should prepare if you are going for PCS mains at this point of time, because still lot of the aspirants are hoping that exam might be delayed in October or November considering the COVID crisis. So there's no harm in giving at least 15 to 20 days to mains preparation as well. Any weak links or the areas in which you want to strengthen your preparation, you could devote these next 15 to 20 days on mains preparation as well. So all of you, all those who are beginners and are not too aware of what mains pattern is, I will be just briefing you. In typical civil service exam pattern, whether it's of the union or state level, there are subjective papers. There are papers on essay, general studies, optional, and broadly some regional language papers which you have to attempt. So first paper, which is common in both these stages on IAS and PCS. PCS is for Punjab Civil Services, is the essay paper. So in UPSC, more or less the first paper is always the essay, and it comprises of 250 marks. It's almost equivalent to an optional subject, or you could say the GS papers. This is quite an important paper which you must prepare on priority. And in UPSC, typically there are two essays which are to be prepared, and each essay is of 125 marks. So around 1000 to 1200 word essay is to be prepared for UPSC. Whereas in case of PCS, you will see the marking is comparatively less, it's of 150 marks, but then there are three essays which are to be prepared. These are short essays. Instead of 1000 to 1200 words, essays are of around 800 words. If you are writing qualitative content, even a 700 word essay will do the justice. So time management is quite important. In UPSC, you could devote 1.5 hours each to each essay, but here you have to balance it right. So finishing the essay becomes a major task. And choices are there. It's not that you have to just be given 4 essays and you have to just jot down the 3 ones. In UPSC, there are 2 sections, section A and section B, and 4 essays are given in each of the sections. So you have to choose one from each section. Whereas in case of PCS, last in 2018, there were 6 essays and you have to pick the 3 essays out of it. So I have already uploaded the paper in PCS 2020 mentorship Telegram channel. In case you want to go through the list of essays, you can go through it. All are on contemporary themes like artificial intelligence, water crisis in Punjab, and the other regional issues which were going on at that year itself. In UPSC section A deals with science and tech, women issues, the quality issues, governance issues which are going in the country. In section B, there are literary essays which are to be asked. Coming to the second paper, General Studies paper 1. This one is one of the most lengthiest paper to prepare because it has history section, it has geography section, it has society section as well. And in history, you could see there is modern history, you have to prepare the culture part, and apart from that, it's a world history section which is has to be covered exhaustively in case of UPSC mains. And in geography, there is a world geography section as well as there other Indian geography issues are asked as well. In society, the ongoing social problems like women issues, there is ongoing some issue relating to the gender injustice which is going on, or the current problems faced by physically handicapped or disadvantaged section. So on, you have to link the current themes with those topics. In case of PCS, these topics are already there, but in addition, you have to prepare the Punjab section of the history part. In that case, there are 2 specific topics which you have to prepare. There is rise of Ranjit Singh to power, his military, civil administration, and also the Anglo-Sikh Wars. So topics are straightforward, which are mentioned in the PCS syllabus. In geography part, the agriculture theme is dominant one. They will ask problems relating to water crisis or agriculture, Rabi Kharif season. Now the changes introduced in agricultural reform. There is a debate which is going on, one market scheme. So you should have a view on those themes. And apart from the social issues, there is another section which you have to prepare, which is ethics and values. So in ethics and values part, some specific reformers and leaders are mentioned, like Mahatma Gandhi, there is Mahavira, Kabir, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Jyotiba Phule. So make sure you prepare short notes on these reformers' main teachings, what you have imbibed from there. And also there are some basic topics like role of society, role of family in inculcating values. So basically the paper 4 part of UPSC, a certain section has been incorporated in paper, and that's why I said that paper 1 is the lengthiest one to prepare. So make sure if you are preparing for mains, you pick at least one of these sections, like it could be world history, it could be this small ethic part to just get into the rhythm. So this paper is one of the lengthiest one in case of PCS. In paper 2, there is not much change. There are 3 broad issues which you have to prepare. There is a polity and constitution, which is on which you almost all students are able to manage it well. The second part is the governance, the ongoing governance problem. You must be hearing the issues related to RTI, delusion, or citizen charter, or how can governance models be improved in case of Punjab. So just a little bit tinge of, they can ask about the welfare schemes run by Punjab government and what are the issues faced by them. And the Punjab part is not too dominant in case of paper 2 here. And the third section in this paper 2 is international relations. So currently you could say the India-Nepal, India-China issues are plaguing or dominating the headlines. So they would ask your viewpoint that how can this situation be improved, what are the areas of friction, what are the areas of possible cooperation. So make sure you are following the international events from mains perspective. The ongoing developments can be asked in the mains paper. Coming to GS paper 3, in UPSC, the typical sections which are covered in this paper are Indian economy, then you have science and technology, there is environmental issues, and there is security issues. So these are the 4 pillars. If you are able to prepare these 4 sections, you will be in good position to manage this paper. Whereas in case of PCS, there is a change. Apart from Indian economy, there is a stat paper which you have to prepare, and also there is a security issues which has some small topic like relating to international border touching Punjab. So what could be the problems facing it? So here the stat part is one which tricks a lot of students, because in UPSC there is no statistical examination. It used to be there long back when conventional papers were being held. So make sure you are not ignoring this section. This section is the make or break section. In 2016-2014 examinations in PCS, a lot of students scored highly in the stat section and they were through. In 2018, marking was quite stringent in this section and the scores were on low end. Even the toppers, most of the toppers which I have communicated, they all complained that they couldn't get the good marks in this paper 3 specifically. So make sure you just work on these sections quite thoroughly. GS paper 4 in UPSC is ethics and decision making. So this is more or less, there are 2 sections. In first section, there are theoretical aspects asked. What is the role of empathy? What is the reformer? How is a leader different from an administrator? They will give some quote of some famous leader and they will try to cite some example that how it can be linked to that thing. The second section is of case studies. And there are some elaborated case studies given and you have to frame an answer based on that, and that's quite a tricky part. That's once again, the section can make you a topper of UPSC exam or it could just hamper your chances to even clear mains. So this is once again quite a major section in UPSC. In PCS, there are no theoretical aspects of ethics or problem solving being asked. There are just 2 or 3 case studies which are more or less based on common sense. But here the S&T section is the dominant one apart from environment, and there is a separate section of disaster management and water issues. So here is quite a deviation from the normal paper 4 which you are preparing. So make sure if you are preparing for prelims, make sure you don't ignore the mains aspect of S&T, environment and disaster management. So this is quite different from UPSC. Then comes the optional subjects. In optional subjects, there is a long list given in UPSC, right from agriculture to veterinary sciences to technical papers like mathematics, physics, chemistry, zoology, and then you have those economics and humanities subjects, history, geography, which you prepare in the GS section. So you can choose any one of your liking which you have interest, because this paper has to be covered from graduate level aspects. It's not that you have to just brush up your NCERTs of 10th, 12th, which you do in your general studies. So in this you should have four. So there are a single optional subject which you have to choose, and there are two paper subjects, sections are divided, and you have to appear in them. Whereas in case of PCS, there is no such optional paper. So it creates a level playing field. Or if we just view it from neutral perspective, it's not possible to set a maths paper, or you cannot compare a public administration paper with a life sciences paper in terms of difficulty and in terms of evaluation. So that's why UPSC adopts scaling process to just match these things. Whereas this is more or less a good move by PCS or PPSC, that they have not used this paper at all for marking. Then there is the English paper. If you will see, there is a 300 mark, but you don't have to panic or just be over obsessed by this paper, because this is just a qualifying paper. You just have to score 25% marks, and there is a precise writing, there is a paragraph, there are basic grammar skills which you have to cover in this section. Whereas in case of PCS, this paper marking is of 100 marks, but it is of merit. You will count it in the final tally. So make sure you brush up your English as well, because it will also help you in CSAT, it will in prelims stage and in mains as well. Similarly, there is a regional paper. There are around all the regional languages which are mentioned in the 8th schedule of Constitution. They are there. You have to choose one. It could be Bodo, it could be Maithili, it could be Punjabi, it could be Hindi. So make sure you choose one regional language, and it carries the same criteria. It's once again qualifying nature and carries just 25. You have to just qualify it with 25+% marks. In PCS, there is no such choice. You have to choose Punjabi only. And you must have seen that in your prelims as well, there was criteria that you must have passed Punjabi in 10th exam. So this is more or less tilted in the favor of Punjab, so that outsiders do not appear in this exam. So this is once again a deciding paper, because it has been seen that lot of students who finally make it to the list have scored almost 70 to 75% marks in Punjabi, whereas those who couldn't clear Punjabi, they are in 50s to 60s. So make sure you don't ignore this paper and put considerable effort in the Punjabi section. So considering that these two papers were not there in PCS, all papers are of merit. The final merit would be decided from 1350. Whereas in case of UPSC, only the first 7 papers are to be counted. These are of qualifying. Still the weightage is 1750. So almost subjective questions are there. Word limit varies between 150 to 250 words in UPSC. In PCS, around there are questions to be answered in 100 words or in 200 words. And there are 20 questions which are asked in each GS paper. Whereas in PCS there are 15 questions. 10 questions are 200 words, and then 5 questions 100 marks each are there. So this is how the paper is different. So make sure you are not just going with your UPSC preparation into PCS, because the level of questions are different, the marking scheme is different, the answer writing skill is also different. So you should balance your preparation between these two themes. And if you have been preparing already for these competitive exams for 2 or 3 years, there is no harm in devoting some time to the section which you feel can help you in prelims as well as in mains. World history could be one of them, for instance. And if you are a newcomer, then you should wait for this stage. It's not the right time to devote into this subjective thing. Just focus on your prelims topics and then come to the mains part after clearing your prelims. For any queries, if you feel that it has not been answered in this lecture, I have mentioned a couple of helpline numbers. You could just book an appointment and you could prepare a strategy plan with me directly. These two numbers are there: 734112961, and there is 987221023. If you have just minor queries, then you could just answer in the comment section. I will try to answer your genuine queries. If you want to prepare some strategy, or if you have some individual doubts, you are most welcome to visit Vivek Career Academy between 11 to 2 p.m. I am always there. So you could just walk in with your queries. I will prepare your individual plan, or any preparations list, any book list you want to know. You are most welcome. I hope this session was useful. Thank you very much.